Good afternoon. Faded Black breaking news for this Thursday, April 4th, 2024. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church. All right. Busy news day today. It's always a busy Thursday around here, and we're doing the news now. In a little bit, I'll be on with Christina Gomez, and today we will be covering crop circles. That's going to be amazing. And then tonight on Fade to Black, John Malore is with us. ETs in ancient literature and Christian ufology. All of that and much more tonight with John Malore. And there you go. Let's get straight to it. On this day in history, 1975, Bill Gates and Paul Allen found Microsoft. That's right. Originally based in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Microsoft relocated to Washington State in 1979. Today, Microsoft is valued at $3.13 trillion. Wow. On this day in 1975. Here's your Fader fact. Didn't know this. Always wondered about it. Times Square is named after the New York Times, whose office building was located at the intersection of Broadway, 42nd, and 7th Avenue, right there in Times Square. And that is your Fader fact. Now you know. Now you know. You don't have to lose sleep. Let's get to the breaking news. After nearly 4 years of playing catch-up, Boeing is finally set to join SpaceX as one of the two commercial partners capable of flying NASA astronauts to the International Space Station. Boeing's CST-100 Starliner is aiming for a May 6th launch. Today is the 4th. We are 1 month out. Carrying Commander Barry Butch Wilmore and pilot Sunita Suni Williams on the crew flight test. They will fly atop an Atlas V rocket from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, Space Launch Complex 41. They are looking to dock Starliner with the ISS for about 8 days before bringing the spacecraft back for a ground landing somewhere in the western United States. This will begin regular service to the station as part of NASA's Commercial Crew Program, ending the reliance on Russia for ferry service to the ISS. It's a big deal. Check this out. Riccardo Gullo, the mayor of Alicudi in Sicily's Aeolian region, it's an island, introduced an Adopt a Goat program when the small island's wild goat population grew to 6 times the human population of just 100. There's 600 goats on this island. It's a tourist destination, by the way, those goats. Gullo is attempting to solve an animal overpopulation problem with an unusual offer: free goats for anyone who can catch them. He said anyone who emails a request to the local government and pays $17 for a stamp fee, they can take as many goats as they wish, as long as they transport them off the island. Is this thing on? Is this thing working? 8 men have been charged in the theft of hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of beer, and specifically Corona and Modelo, shipped from Mexico. And they did it from railroads and warehouses over the last 2 years throughout New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. The stolen beer was then brought to the Bronx, where it was inspected and then made available for sale. The beer theft enterprise operated between July 2022 and March 2024 and committed dozens of railroad and beverage distribution center thefts, typically at night. Their leader, Jose Cesari, surrendered to authorities this morning. Yeah. Researchers in Japan. Now, I've got a bunch of AI news. It seems like I am the AI news central distribution point, but here we go. Researchers in Japan have effectively developed a diverse range of personality traits in dialogue AI using a large-scale language model, LLM. Using the prisoner's dilemma from game theory, Professor Takaya Arita and Associate Professor Reiji Suzuki from Nagoya University's Graduate School of Informatics and their team created a framework for evolving AI agents that mimics human behavior by switching between selfish and cooperative actions. What team do you want to play on? Right? And then you go play for the opposite team, adapting its strategies through evolutionary processes. Their findings were published in scientific reports. LLM-driven dialogue AI forms the basis for technologies such as ChatGPT. These technologies enable computers to interact with people in a manner that resembles person-to-person communication. And if that doesn't scare the crap out of you, maybe this next AI report will. That's because the United States and the United Kingdom have agreed to work together to monitor advanced AI models for safety risks. The two countries will collaborate on research and do at least one joint safety test. Both countries say safety is a top concern when it comes to using AI models. The White House executive order on AI required companies developing AI systems to report safety test results. Meanwhile, the UK just announced the creation of the UK AI Safety Institute, saying that companies like Google, Meta, and OpenAI must allow the vetting of their tools. Through the agreement, the two countries promise to collaborate on technical research, explore personal exchanges, and share information about AI. Allegedly. Kiss, the band, has just sold its music catalog, its name, its image, and the likeness to Swedish entertainment and music investment firm Pop House. The agreement includes master recordings and publishing rights. Holy crap. Financial terms of the private deal are not being disclosed, but leaked information from the inside says that Pop House paid more than $300 million to close the deal. Now, I'm gotta say, seems pretty cheap to me. It does. And I guess it's Gene and Paul splitting things fitty-fitty. No comments yet from Ace or Peter. And what about Tommy Thayer? I'm just saying. And finally, I'll leave you with this. And when I get to this point of the news, I usually get to something pretty unbelievable. So here are the facts, and stay with me. Pennsylvania State Senator Doug Mastriano made headlines recently when he floated legislation that would ban chemtrails. It was modeled after a similar bill that recently passed the state Senate in Tennessee. In Rhode Island, State Senator Elaine Morgan introduced SB 2540, which would, and I quote from the bill, prohibit stratospheric aerosol injection, SAI, solar radiation modification, SRM, all of its experimentation, and other hazardous weather engineering activities, end quote, from the legislation. In Kentucky, State Representative Steve Rawlings introduced HB 506, which would ban, and I quote, any form of geoengineering activities, including intentional manipulation of the environment through an atmospheric polluting activity to affect changes to the Earth's atmosphere or surface, end quote. I'm not done. Minnesota State Representative Jeff Dotseth's HB 4687 will ban, and again I quote, polluting atmospheric activity or use an unmarked or unidentified aircraft or other vehicle or facility, end quote. In New Hampshire, State Representative Jason Gerhard's HB 1700 would outlaw, and again I quote, intentional release of polluting emissions, including cloud seeding, weather modification, excessive electromagnetic radio frequency, and microwave radiation, end quote. And I'm not done. In South Dakota, State Senator Tom Pischke's SB 215 would ban the, and I quote, intentional release of polluting emissions into the atmosphere by cloud seeding, weather modification, excessive electromagnetic radio frequency, and microwave radiation, end quote. Chemtrails. State legislation. I kind of miss the old days when this was just our little conspiracy theory conversation in our community. This is crazy. And these are the facts. I'm Jimmy Church. That's all of the breaking news that you need for this Thursday, April 4th, 2024. Fade to Black Breaking News is produced by Renee Neumann. I'm Jimmy Church. Now, coming up in about an hour, I'm on with Christina Gomez. Today, Mysteries with a History, crop circles. And then later on tonight, I've got John Malore with us. We're going to be talking about ETs and ancient literature and Christian ufology. All of that and much more tonight on Fade to Black. It's a busy day around here, but all I got right now is Go Back Lee Tappy.